Hello, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. Welcome to the channel. My name is Proasec, and this is Hero Story Tournament 2022. And for the first time, welcome to Winner's Bracket. I'm joined by Jazz. How are you, my friend?
I am doing pretty well, and right now we have the Useless Gamer facing off against Naughty. Naughty finished a run, had to do a run recorded earlier, so this is going to be a pre-recorded match for Naughty, but Deus is going to be running live. We don't know the results. I don't know who knows the results, but we'll find out.
Indeed, we shall. It's going to be an absolute fantastic run. Looks like we are getting underway, by the way.
Yep. Looks like it's starting. There might be an issue with the video, though. A bit of technical difficulties.
In which case, we shall keep all eyes on Deus for now, as we come towards CE skip. And, you know, we've got a bit of a potential for an upset here, haven't we?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not exactly sure who's going to win this. They're both fairly evenly matched, as far as I know.
Yeah, so despite Deus being middle pools, Maddie lower pools, Maddie was... now the video is underway, fantastic. Maddie was unbeaten in his pool.
Oh, really?
Absolutely, and you know, it's always impressive to see someone in lower pools go 5-0, because that's not an easy task to achieve. And as a result, he's got a better tournament best than Deus does. So we are absolutely in the realm of seeing some kind of upset here.
Yeah, that's correct. Deus during his pools matches tended to struggle a lot with Crazy Gadget and I think Final Rush, but I think it was mostly Crazy Gadget giving him the most trouble.
So we'll have to keep an eye out and see if that comes into play. By the way, as we move through City Escape on both sides of the screen, neither runner did hit the skip, which is always nice when it's balanced, keeps it nice and close. Of course, we are a bit desynced because of the video playing problems, but you know, we can imagine.
Yeah, we'll just have to watch the time just a little bit more carefully throughout the race.
Absolutely. No difficulty. Deus coming through the truck section seems to be pretty clean. I've not seen him come down off of the floor quite a lot. Comes out with a 2-minute flat, pretty much.
Yeah, that's a 1:59.62. The sub 2? Sub 2 is always a great time to get for skipless.
Very nice. Maddie now coming up towards the truck section himself.
It's looking like Deus is going to take a bit of an early lead here.
Yeah, absolutely. It could happen. Maddie as well having a bit of difficulty in the truck section. Does actually get hit by the truck, which is an animation you don't see every day.
Oh, Deus with this really clean Bigfoot fight.
Ooh,
that looked almost... What was that? Oh, that was a 21:57. That looked very close to frame perfect, but not quite. It's within a couple tenths of a second of perfect.
Absolutely. He cannot be angry about that one. Let's see what Wild Canyon can do. Double containers, good P1.
Oh, and he sees by a tall pillar as well.
Ooh, this is looking to be a pretty decent set.
I'm out of here. Finally decided to show up, eh? Okay.
Splendid ceiling. Okay, it's not the greatest of all time, but it is still very good.
Oh, the chest easy, or whatever that thing's called. Bird box easy. whatever we're calling that thing.
Very nice. Looks like Maddie, by the way, in Bigfoot, going for the back box strategy, going for a bit more consistency. We'll lose a little bit of time here.
Yeah, and Naughty was already about 14, 15 seconds behind before this Bigfoot, so that's gonna be another roughly 4-second gap before he even enters Wild Canyon.
Alright, let's have a look at what Maddie's RNG can be. It's got a lot to compete with. And of course it's in Spanish, I forgot about that. Somehow I'm always forgetting that it's in Spanish, so you know.
This must be one of the stones around the pillars, one of the back ones, I'd say. Probably this one he's going for right now. Oh, he's having some trouble getting the height.
Indeed, having a bit of trouble. Quite a lot of movement trouble. Yeah, Maddie's Knuckles movement is certainly a noted weakness.
Yeah.
Does get P1 eventually, but is losing out a lot of time here.
Oh.
Just a bit of a flash. Nothing to worry about. Deuse, by the way, into Prison Lane, the first tail stage. Let's have a look at that movement, and it's looking pretty clean.
I found him.
Maddie does finally exit from Wild Canyon with a 51.6.
Yeah, that's not
Yeah,
a
this is
great
perfect.
start from him. It took, unfortunately, just took him a very long time grabbing his first piece because that wind tunnel is pretty difficult to deal with.
Absolutely. Still a lot of run left to make it up, but certainly it is Deuce's match to lose so far.
You're just a kid. You couldn't beat me in 100 years.
Looks like the little fences there are giving Deuce a little bit of a hold up. Nothing too significant, but this is the sort of stage where that does matter.
Yeah, he also missed the first gate hop. Oh,
Oh,
just a bit shaky there, but luckily he didn't die.
absolutely. Yeah, that lift is one of the solitary places where death is not unlikely in this stage.
Getting those early locks through the walls, through the ceilings, all that, of course.
Another drop down for the gate hop. A lot of time to make up for Maddie. Exactly what he wants to see. Yeah, a 146 for Deuce.
I would imagine that's not exactly a time he's happy with. Lottie also getting sniped by this robot. I think that's what happened to Deuse as well, so both of them missing the first gate hop.
Quite unfortunate. Yep, let's see Deuce now in Metal Harbor. This is the first, I suppose, dangerous stage.
There's a
But
little bit of danger in Prison Lane as well, but it's mostly just at the beginning.
yeah, it's not got this huge omnipresent death plane.
Yeah, this is
Granted.
of course much more dangerous. There's many places where you can just with a spin dash jump or any number of things and just end up in the water.
Absolutely. Deuce not opting for pulley skip. And I'm reasonably sure Matty doesn't go for it either, so no time lost there.
Yeah, if I recall correctly, Maddie does some safe strats in this stage.
Maddie, by the way, also missed the second gate hop, not been looking too intently, but that's also going to level out the playing field. In fact, Maddie does lose a few seconds versus Deuce's time.
That was easy.
Alright, Deuse just coming up to this ending. This can also be a dangerous place, but he takes it rather safe and gets a 126.
Yeah, you've got to wonder if he's, tired of being burnt by that and opting for the safe strat.
Yeah, it's just you can really push that, go much lower and shave a couple seconds off, but is it really worth the massive death that you would take if you missed it? It loses maybe about 30 seconds to die there at the end.
Interesting from Maddie, by the way, taking the intended route instead of hopping on those containers here in Metal Harbor.
He does opt for more safe, but very consistent strategies. Slow but safe sort of player in this stage in particular.
Absolutely a wise decision if you're not entirely confident with the tricks. Does go for that loop skip though, which is very nice. Deuce's Shadow 1, by the way, just closed out with an 11:37.
That is rather quick for just the standard storage strats.
Alright, speaking of mean stages, let's see what Green Forest can do. As Maddie comes towards the end of Metal Harbor.
Yes!
The Use definitely has quite a commanding lead so
Barely
far.
made it.
Probably at least a 40-second lead going into Green Forest here.
Yeah, that is definitely the case, and it looks to only expand from here by the consistency of both runners so far, although I am more than prepared to be surprised by Desert in Space.
Oh yeah, I think the Use is going to want to have as much of a lead as possible going into space, because those space stages, especially Crazy Gadget, have been giving him trouble in races.
You're not even good enough to be
I'll
my
make you
friend.
eat those.
Indeed, so just wanting to build up that buffer to prevent Matty from pulling ahead at that
You
point.
won't even get the chance. I'm the coolest. Oh, I see. So you're not just a dog.
Matty having a bit less clean Shadow 1 fight, loses about 2 seconds.
Yeah, it looked like 2 high jumps from Shadow. You never really want to see
Ooh,
that.
but Deuce just took a bit of a fall, so that's the 2 seconds back again.
Looks like he hit the robot and then homing attacked immediately after, which looked almost like he went directly through it.
Still, bungee skip went nice and clean.
Not a massive time
Ooh.
loss, but certainly annoying. It doesn't look like he
That
was
one's
confident.
much more.
Oh,
Yeah.
he definitely wasn't confident about his angle there, so he decided to just go back and go through the loop.
Yeah, took a bit of a safer loop skip. I would agree with that decision. You know, it was good to react, and props to Deuce for recognizing how it was going. Also stopping in front of the goal ring, which amused him, I think.
Yeah. So now he's going to enter Pumpkin Hill, and he should know all of his pieces. He's one of these hunters that likes to learn things like confirmed stats and likes to study the movement of top-tier players like Cryptic. So I'm expecting he might even pull further ahead coming out of this Pumpkin Hill. Especially
Yeah,
if he gets a
certainly
good
in-
set.
Certainly in RNG stages where Matty struggles.
He's taking double containers, and this can be in 3 locations. One of them is one for each mountain of the stage.
He goes
checking
for
a
a
piece there.
wild check indeed.
Yeah, that is definitely a check. He's definitely doing a lot of checks here. They're not really working out.
Have to bow to the knowledge of this runner though. Tombstone with near some grass. Have to bow to the knowledge, you know, if he's thinking through the different sets it could be. It could pay off at some point, especially in
Yeah.
a longer RNG stage.
And then he gets 3 Brothers Tombstone.
Yes!
Yeah, it just looked like he was playing a high-risk strategy, potentially very rewarding strategy, but didn't pay off this time. So he's going to be coming out of there with a 56. If Matty knows his pieces, he will have an opportunity to save back sometime in that stage.
Yes, indeed. Let's see what Matty's pieces are. Of course, once again, we will not be able to understand them, but we'll try our best.
I have to
As
hurry.
Deuce enters Mission Street. And I think
Deus,
he'll
I would-
absolutely be targeting Zero Cycle, yeah?
Yeah, I would say Deus is definitely capable of hitting the Zero Cycle, but maybe not 100% at it. So it all just depends
Two more left.
on if he can get a clean run through the stage, he'll probably go for the cycle. If not, he might opt for half.
It's closer.
But he
Does get the
onto
weight hop, very
weight.
nice.
Rats.
Looks like Maddie's back, by the way, on the second piece now. And our video has gone once more, so Deus.
Bit of
Popping up the
video
stage
problems.
nicely.
He looks like he's still digging up tombstone by some grass. It's like right in this grass tuft right here. He does finally find it.
Alright.
And then probably Bearded Mountain is what I'm assuming he's going for.
It's closer.
If I read that correctly. Yeah, it is Bearded Mountain.
I found him.
So once again, Maddie looks to be losing a bit of time just to that RNG knowledge, which is a big shame.
This is going to be a rather tight cycle. Oh my goodness! He
very
just
tight.
clips
That was-
right onto the edge. That was as
That
tight as
was
it
almost
gets.
certainly... I mean, to my eye, that was almost certainly one of the very last frames you could have possibly taken that, so...
Yeah, I've
Props to
I don't
Deus for
think-
saving it.
I don't think I've ever seen someone get closer to missing the Zero Cycle, but he does get the Zero Cycle, and that's what counts.
Absolutely, it's balanced that right up to the best times.
That is just
That
so
was
wild.
crazy.
He had to really clutch that pause hover, just like get a really,
Got
really
as
tight
much
one
out of
there.
it as he possibly could. Let's go to use. Well done. Maddie also in Mission Street now does get the weight hop, though was held up briefly by some robots.
Is he on the cycle? I can't tell if he made the cycle. Based on the timer, I'm a little confused with a 51 checkpoint. I don't know if he's even on Zero Cycle pace right now.
That would be quite unfortunate if not. Deus, by the way, in Aquatic Mine, does not get any pings nor free pieces. Checks again, does get a green ping and will take it. Corner of the
Corner
track.
tracks. He's gonna want to hit that robot, yeah.
Alright, piece 2 is wooden box on a steel beam. It's all the way to Ghost Room.
Not an ideal piece for sure.
Looks like Maddie backed out a half cycle to go for
First,
the next one, whichever it would be. Yeah, first probably.
yeah.
Okay.
And I didn't catch to use his third piece, but it's clearly...
It is
Ah!
the main pillar. So he might have had an opportunity to see that, but he just never did. Never quite caught it.
Fair
It
enough.
would
It's
have
not a
saved-
piece that you see.
Yeah, it would
Yeah,
have
it would have
saved
saved
quite a
time
bit of
coming
time
back
to,
from
to
Ghost
actually
Room.
see that.
Mm.
I did it!
Alright, Maddie now also coming up towards Aquatic Mine as Deus enters Route 101.
The use playing this route on a little differently than I see most other people. Like starting to snake quite late. Most people would start snaking at the top of the hill. But I did see wooden window on a roof on Marty's side.
Ooh, that
His
is
first. That is his
if
first
he
piece.
spots it.
Yeah. So he probably didn't catch it in the cutscene because he did have to check a hint there.
Two more left.
Yeah.
Entrance to the abyss.
It's the abyss.
Oh,
Ouch. That
not
is
the
mean.
greatest. Definitely not the greatest.
And it appears Maddie does not go for the clip out for it.
We might see either a top piece or...
Does go for a clip this time, just to make a liar out of me.
Oh
Whichever
no,
piece this
that's
is.
not gonna have enough height. But this is... What is
No.
this? Stair-shaped brick room, I think.
It's closer.
So that actually does work out.
Yeah.
I found him.
You know what? Only lost 2 or 3 seconds, if memory serves, to use this time.
Yeah, this is
Not
good.
bad for that set.
Oh,
The
the
use
spin
took a
out.
spin. Maddie also enters Route 101, by the way.
The president.
And indeed, seeing the driving on both sides of the screen is something we do like to see, because it means the differential, at least RTA, isn't the largest in the world.
I'm going to
Do you
pay
think-
attention to the timer at the end of this stage.
Yeah,
to
absolutely
see
a wise choice.
what the difference is going to be between the two runners.
Yeah,
so-
looks like Deuce exiting with a 14:37.
I'm getting closer.
14:37, and Mati has quite a bit of the stage left. At least a minute and a half left to go in the stage. So, the use might have about a minute 20-second lead right now, roughly. But we'll keep an eye on that 14:37, and we'll compare that to the stage exit from Mati later. Use
Indeed.
is now entering probably the most technically difficult next stage in the run, Hidden Base.
Yes, indeed. Oh, and unfortunately, Deuce does take a death. We'll have to restart from the first point.
Quite similar to Metal Harbor, this stage just has a massive kill plane under you the whole time, and there's just so many places where you can die. So he's not going to go for the corner clip or GC skip, as it's sometimes called this time. He's just going to take the safer approach, which is the axle jump here. It seems like my co-commentator has disconnected, so I'll just be carrying it from here. Use that clean backup. Didn't quite have the height to make it all the way across, but backed up off the pulley. So 15:37. So I want to say it was 14:27 for Deus. So a minute 40 seconds is about what the lead Deus had coming out of that stage is. Ooh. That enemy sometimes likes to just go to the left and hit you there. Despite the death at the start of the level from Deus, the rest of this has been fairly good. Definitely like managing getting through the stage relatively quickly on the second go. Mati with the same axle jump strat here. We're not seeing any pole hops, we're not seeing any corner clips or anything like that. We're just seeing the safe approach. Pyramid Cave is, of course, another just really technical stage. It introduces the super bounce mechanic and all that, so you use it right away. So you pick up the upgrade. Alright. Let's see if this door skip is first try for it to use. It is. That's a good first try door skip. It's gonna give him quite a good advantage in case Madi misses it when he gets to that point. Okay. Snake skip set up here. And you're back. Welcome back. Is your microphone working? 'Cause I cannot hear you.
That was a
Okay.
little tough.
So I think Madi's hidden base was deathless, but it probably was around the same amount of time if you add up the death from the use. The use does come out of there with a 138, which is a very respectable time. Even had a few seconds of mistakes at the beginning, which could have brought that down to about a 135.
Oh, yeah. Do apologise, I have returned.
Welcome back. And it seems like your microphone is working. Oh no. What has happened?
Alright. Well, let's see what's happening here in Death Chamber for Deus and Pyramid Cave for Maddie.
Alright, he is taking his second piece. I must have missed what his first piece was. The only one who's looking down. Alright, so this is in Blue Secret. So he's just gonna go booty clip out of bounds, right to the Blue Secret room.
Always nice. And looks like it's a 1 minute and 2 second.
I think that was also deathless. If I was paying attention correctly.
Yeah, I didn't see one, certainly. Alright then, it's time for the couple of bosses at the end of Desert. First up, King Boom Boo. We'll see if Deus can get all 4 hits first cycle, which would be preferred and somewhat expected, I would say.
Yeah, and it looks like he may be going for a cat boost here as well.
Yeah.
Just
Did
digs
not.
a little too far.
There we go.
Gets the second try though. Still
Very nice
faster.
timing. Indeed it is, as Maddie comes up towards Death Chamber now, so we'll see what that set is looking like.
I have no idea what that means.
Not indeed, but it seems Maddie is going for it. Deus gets through Boom Boo with no great difficulty. Maddie goes for the booty clip to wherever it is that he's going.
Yep. I just do not know how to translate that word. What is this?
Deus having a bit of difficulty with bounces here.
Oh, it was Sniper.
Oh, interesting.
It's over.
He's getting the first bounce.
It's over.
Maddie going for the death strats, looking for a good piece too. It's paid off for him in the past,
It's over.
but it seems to be a bit meaner today. Plenty of lives though.
Over. It's over.
Yeah, this is just Yeah, he finally gets a piece. That was a bit rude of the game.
It's
Indeed.
Gets treasure chest protected by a scorpion. Deus does finish up with a 52 egg golem. A bit shaky. Not hitting all those super bounces first try or anything. But
Indeed.
he does have 7 lives going into uh, Eternal Engine. So
It's closer.
he has plenty of lives to attempt both this and CGSS later on. Hopefully
Indeed.
he gets this within a couple of tries. Will we see a Quan?
Yeah, this is perfect.
As seems to be a bit of a trend for Maddie. Just lost 1 or 2 seconds versus.
Huh? Who's there?
Yeah.
What the? A ghost?
Oh no.
Not the second try either for Bofa.
He's just gonna have to figure out exactly what he's doing wrong here for this. That looked close.
Goes for the right side as well. Doesn't pay off. Maddie in Boom Boo, by the way, we'll see if all 4 hits can be taken, so there's the dig. Uno.
These are
Dos.
looking like close attempts, but he just needs
Tres.
to angle like slightly closer to the outer wall, I'd say, to have a better shot at getting out of bounds.
Alright, no difficulty for Boom Boo from Matty, by the way. We'll see if he can save the time that is on the table for Egg Golem. And Deus does get out.
Finally breaks out of bounds. So I'm hoping he actually just plays this ending safe. It's too risky to just drop straight in.
Looks like Maddie actually got clipped by a damage hitbox and will take a death in Egg Golem after getting the first hit.
Oh no. That is rough. Yeah, you definitely don't want to be left without rings in this fight.
Yeah.
It'd be very easy to accidentally get hit like that.
Quite so.
He's going for these profit bounces. They take a little bit longer to set up, but they are pretty easy to perform.
Yep, and the head hit is very nice there. Or the headbang hit, I should say.
Yeah, he just misses the arm spin dash jump into the head. It does finish off the fight. This does look... It looks faster than Deus, but he did take a death. So
Yeah,
Deus
that's
is
probably
gonna
balanced
find the goal
things.
ring.
There we go.
Gets, gets in there, gets out of the stage.
Almost
Bitch.
looked like we might see a Slofer, but no shot indeed. And once again, Maddie's got a lot of time save on the table if he does not need to reset quite so much.
Yeah, he could potentially save quite a bit of time in this stage. By either getting the Quan or getting first try for the backup.
Indeed.
And
He hits
gets
the Quan!
He
That
hits
is
the
big.
Quan.
That
Oh
is
my
very
gosh.
big, actually.
That is a massive comeback sort of thing happening here.
Yes, indeed. I don't think it's resulted in a lead change, but it's certainly shortened that gap quite considerably.
Yeah, that is... Yeah, no lead change, of course, but definitely gonna save a lot of time.
That is one of the hypest Quans we've seen so far this tournament.
Yeah, he absolutely needed that to have any sort of chance.
Looks like Deus actually goes for the dangerous water there. Loses a little bit of time. Digging while watching the stars, alright. Once again, we'll have to find which piece that refers to. Looks like Maddie goes for Slofer here.
This will still end up being faster than Deus's Eternal Engine.
Absolutely.
Definitely not the fastest way to end the stage, but if you don't really know any consistent ways to hit the goal ring, it is the safest option.
Yeah, absolutely. And it was a pretty quick closeout indeed, so we won't be losing too much time for it anyway. Let's see what Matty's set in Meteor Herd looks like.
I think that might be above a blue moon in front of a tank, which is over near the meteorite area, and it looks like that's where he's going. And yeah, it is above a blue moon in front of a
Marvelous.
tank.
Alright, let's see what this P2 is. By the way, Rouge was a clean fight for Deus.
I could not read that in time. But steel drilling tower? Steel drilling tower.
Alright.
Okay.
Looks like it's a high piece, not what Matty wants to see. Yep, mid, never mind.
Try digging while watching the moon. Alright. So, Deus really is going to want to hit this CGSS. He skips the checkpoint. I don't know about that decision.
That
I'm
is
gonna
a
be
bold
honest.
strategy. Let's see
That
if
is
it plays
a
out.
risky play. Especially as far ahead as I am. But he's out of
He's
bounds.
out! Deus is out first attempt.
Okay, but will he have the distance?
Yes, indeed. We
He's gonna
saw a
have
bit
to
of
aim
difficulty.
for the
No, the
roof.
distance. Gonna have to
He
try
needs
and
to
back it up.
he needs to get in there.
Oh,
Oh
he
my
does.
goodness. That is
That was sketchy. That was
that
the
is a
sketchiest.
bold play and it paid off. That
Well
is
done, Deus.
amazing.
Crikey, as the locals might put it.
He was having quite a bit of trouble with that particular skip in all of his earlier races, and he just gets it first try.
Yeah,
That's pretty much that's amazing. That's
indeed.
an
That's-
amazing thing.
Yeah, that's. I'm not sure how his FR skip consistency is, but that's pretty much the last notable place where we would expect Deus to lose time, and he just didn't. Very well done indeed.
Looks like he tried for the manip here, but it just didn't quite get it. Ended up getting a 21. Alright,
Meanwhile-
so basically, Deus has to get this FR skip, or Mati will have a chance to catch up. Although I don't know which skip Mati goes for. Will it be CGSS? It's gonna need CGSS to win.
Yes, absolutely. He does go for some manner of skip, and it appears to be
yeah.
CGSS indeed. Oh, just slipped
Oh.
off the box. Did get the checkpoint, fortunately, not the most time lost, but that's a bit sad. Alright, let's see Deus's FR skip.
That is
Gets the angle.
the modern setup, so probably an early drop, I expect.
Maddie going for the pause out of bounds. It works out, fair enough.
He's waiting a very long time before that turn after the gravity reset. I'm a bit scared.
We'll see how the height works out. By the way, Maddie coming towards Eggman 2 now did get a clean CGSS. At least after the minor slip-up. Yeah, if Deus doesn't have the height here, that would be probably the worst way to lose it. Although,
That is not a lot of height. That is
Yeah.
probably not making it, actually.
no. And so
Yeah,
he
it's
goes straight for the
absolutely
kill
not.
plane by the looks.
He's missing
Although
the
it isn't
kill
there
plane.
yet. Goes for the
Yeah,
reset.
he needs to reset. That is really unfortunate.
Indeed.
He just had a very, very late turn after the gravity reset.
It also appears that Deus did not have the checkpoint here. And I didn't see it then either. So another reset could be big. In fact, I believe, technically speaking, that puts Maddie ahead.
Well,
We'll see
yeah,
if it's actually
you're
true.
actually right. Madi could actually come out of this ahead. This is a potential lead change if Madi gets the FR skip on the first attempt.
Yes, indeed, a bit of a strange route towards it, but you know, all approaches are valid. Oh,
Oh,
unless they don't
this
result
isn't
in
going
good.
to work. So yeah, he's
No,
going to have
takes
to
the reset.
reset.
Still technically ahead, but Deus does now have a bit more buffer to make it up.
Yeah, a bit of an interesting route here. This is still on the low side, but could potentially just barely make it. It's really close. This is too close for comfort, honestly.
Indeed. Yep,
Yeah,
and
no,
it's a
not
clip out.
quite.
This is a
Not
bit of an
quite.
upset indeed. Maddie
That
does get the
just
skewed gravity.
just barely too low. Deuse is going to need to, if he's going for early drop, he needs to do the turn on 3 seconds after the drop. That is
Ooh,
what he
Maddie takes
needs.
the
Naughty
takes the
taking a
death.
death. So this is just an FR showdown at this point. Who can get
Indeed,
the skip
it's
first?
does not get the angle that time from Maddie. Deus does. Still a lot of time. Oh, Maddie took a reset, therefore not taking advantage of the checkpoint.
1, 2, turn. Turn to use. Turn. That's
Oof,
a
that was
late
late.
turn. That's a late turn. Oh my gosh, he's gonna be very
Maddie has
low
the setup
again.
this time. We'll see that counting. But yeah, looks like about a minute deficit for Deus.
Oh, is he really doing an early gravity reset? Oh, okay, this might work out then. Naughty aiming quite far to the right, but he fixes it. Okay, this is probably good for Deus. I think he's out. As long as he doesn't hit this kill plane. Which he doesn't.
Yeah.
Okay. He's gonna make this. Unfortunately not first try, but he's definitely coming out of here.
Yeah, that was the most decisive final rush we've seen in a while.
Yeah.
Keeping things entertaining here in the first match of bracket. Maddie has
Naughty
height to
also
spare.
definitely making this, so honestly, he's probably going if he just gets a clean Shadow 2, that's it. Like
Yeah,
his timer, just look at the timer. He's probably going to win this.
yeah, about a 40-second deficit, 50-second.
Huh.
So yeah, Shadow 2, see if it gives trouble to Deus.
He just needs one more bounce hit, and
There it
that's it.
is.
The 1605, really fast, perfect fight, but I don't know if this is going to be enough. Because honestly, if Madi just gets any sort of, like, even halfway
Yeah,
decent fight here, he's probably going to win.
a lot of buffer for this boss.
And yeah, well, this might be tricky, but he's got
Oh
such a
yeah,
lead here. It's just,
and there's the
yeah.
final hit. Coming in with a
Madi definitely
29.33.
wins here.
That's
He
also
wins.
something you don't see every day is the winner finishing second RTA, but such is as it is, a 29.33 for Maddie with a 30.23 for Deus. Looks like that's
Congratulations to Madi. Deuce,
Sonic, I did
it was close. It was a close race. It really just came down to the FR skips and the Eternal Engine.
yeah, pretty much it's the two big space skips that really took this for Matty. Getting the Quan was huge. That was absolutely massive.
Yeah, that was a massive time save for Madi, and that was excellent. Like, you don't see the Quan in every run. Like, that's something not a lot of people can just do on command.
It is a big win for Maddie. That is indeed a bit of an upset, technically speaking. On the other hand, though, we do have our runner-up here, Deus. Commiserations, my friend.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm sure I don't need to elucidate for you where the time loss was.
Space.
Yeah, definitely space. It was, Eternal Engine and the FR. But um
We
so
do
what
have
was
to...
going
Oh,
on
yeah.
in FR, like in your head? What were you thinking going into that? And
Well, I was thinking just play through the stage, play how I normally play, and you'll be fine. I jumped off the rail too late when did that first fast fall, so I should have turned a second early. But yeah,
All right. Well,
I
we do
just
have to commemorate you for hitting CGSS with very little difficulty.
Yeah,
yeah,
that was a bold play to skip the checkpoint and just go for it.
Absolutely.
I didn't even mean to skip the checkpoint. I'll be honest. I thought about running
No,
back
no,
again,
lean
but I was
into
just
it.
like,
Pretend it was on purpose. Flex on the opponent. That's what you were doing, right?
oh, absolutely. I didn't just miss the checkpoint, think about
No,
going
no,
back,
of
and
course
just
you're a
said screw it.
highly professional player.
No,
Well, that checkpoint is rather broken anyway.
that is true. Very broken. If you're in the spin dash form, you are less likely to hit it, as a matter of fact.
It's true.
Sir Deuse, you were in the lead for the vast majority of that race. You were taking a second or two with every stage and big chunks in each RNG stage thanks to your superior hunting, but as it turns out, you could not save it forever. You should not be sad, though. That was some very good play, just with a few slight faults at the end. What will you be focusing on most as you progress through the tournament?
Well, learning how to space out my A and B inputs a lot more, and make sure that I get some tutoring by JW so he can yell in my ear about how bad that final chase was, the final rush.
Yeah,
Absolutely. That
I
was...
couldn't tell exactly what was going wrong, but to me it looked like every time you reset gravity, you dropped for too long before the turn, and that's why you ended
Yeah,
up low.
yeah, I dropped for an extra second than I probably should have, but I fixed it in the end.
Indeed you did, and if not for that one mistake, you are more than capable of having won this. It was a bit of an upset, but I would not call it a washout by any means. Well done indeed to you, Deuce.
Thank you. I'd just like to say GG to Maddie as well.
Yep,
It was fun.
absolutely. All right, let's go around the horn. Thank you very much to Deuce for being our fantastic runner-up. Thank you to Maddie, who isn't here, for being our marvelous winner indeed. And thank you, Jazz, for joining me on comms.
No problem. Glad to be here.
Thank you again to people on tech. You make this game run well for all of us. And thanks to the viewer. We'll be back in just another second with another fantastic match from Winner's Bracket. God, it's still weird to say. All right. See you in a bit, lads.
Yeah, and I believe the next match should be May versus Avi, and the commentators are JW and Deuce. So enjoy that.
Should be a good one. All right. Thank you very much, people. We'll see you later.
Hello everyone, I am JW13 and this is my co-hoster, the Useless Gamer.
Hello, hello. I'm quite... Oh, sorry, you go.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say how excited I am for this match.
Yeah, me too. It's gonna look good. We're going to see Mei Seno going up against Avi Kailev. Which, these are both really strong, just good mid-level runners. So I'm really curious what we're gonna see today.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we're just gonna wait for these runners to set up the runs while we... Yeah, it looks like we're about ready to go.
Yeah.
So, let's see how they do.
I wonder if we'll see CE skip.
I wonder so too. I wonder if either of them is going to choose not to go for it. If one of them chooses to go for it, if both. Alright, slides out and away we go. So, onto City Escape first. First we're gonna see a whole lot of runners just preparing their mentalities. I always find the first ramp to be a really tricky point to kind of really get in the groove. It's a point where, for me, if I miss the first ramp, I'm going into the run with a negative mentality, but both of them hitting that first ramp properly, hitting the second ramp properly, just doing what they need to do to get a good head start on City Escape. Moving on to one thing that can instantaneously create a big gap. So let's see. And honestly, I'm hoping to either see both of them or neither of them land it, because I like to see a close match. Ooh, close stuff from Mei there.
Let's go!
Mei going for it! And Mei lands it! Absolutely fantastic. Let's see what Avi does. Avi going for it as well. Bosness gets it as well! What high level gameplay! My goodness, we don't see that often, do we? Double C E-skip. Oh! Oh!
Yeah. It looks like both runners both got CE skip.
I was, I'm a bit new to the commentating, so the tech is a bit lost on me. But I'm on par with the runs now.
Yeah. Either way,
Alright,
both
so
runners.
Mei finishing out with a 131, really clean. Avi going for the backwards running, not really paying off for him there. Ooh, slowly moving. 138, so Mei taking a pretty good lead here.
Yeah.
Very good for both of these runners that they managed to land the skip and not suffer that big deficit.
Too easy. Piece of cake.
Yeah. You've just gotta hand it to Avi for just going for the moonwalk.
Yeah, and no, absolutely, the moonwalk is absolutely brand new strat. So still a lot to figure out about that. What are you gonna say, buddy?
It looks so sick.
Yeah, fantastic,
I wish I
right?
knew how to play it. Yep. Anyway.
Alright, let's see what the runners do here. Mei with a clean strat on the front box strat for Bigfoot. Let's see if Avi Kailev follows. And he does. Mei finishing out with a clean fight. Avi having a good start. So there we got hit 3. Do we make it a hit 4? And hit 4. Avi Kailev definitely struggling a bit for that pace. But not finishing too far behind Mei there. Now let's see if Wild Canyon is going to bring these runners closer or further away from each other.
Doing some pausing to check for the pieces.
Yeah, no shame in that.
No, it's
There's an
definitely
according.
hard.
Yeah, for sure.
It's hard to check for every single piece.
Ooh, unfortunate second piece from Mei. Avi getting a pretty good first piece. Let's see what Avi gets for the second one. A bird box. I wonder if it's the one that people regularly check. Oh, Avi doesn't know where bird box is. Oh no.
Oh no, he's going for the check.
Yeah, I know.
Going for the check.
Oh, it's going for a check. Do
Yeah,
people check
that's
that?
yeah, it's a check that people do in ×20s usually. It's not a common thing put in, but if you do have an idea, then you can definitely use it.
Oh, interesting. I'll keep that in mind. Thank you.
Oh, and he missed the piece. That's
Oh
unfortunate.
no! That is unfortunate. So the 37 for Mei being followed up by what's increasing the ticking time, further increasing that gap. And a 51 for Avi. So Mei putting in with a healthy lead now. Let's see if she can maintain it.
Although I must say, out of all of the pieces that you can go and have a look for that are piece 3s on that, that is definitely the hardest one to spot because it has the smallest drawing frame than all the other pieces. So
May with a clean Eggman 1, finishing off with that 12. Avi looking to do the same thing as May loads into Prison Lane here. Let's see how her Prison Lane goes. While we look at Avi's Eggman 1.
while Omochao follows along. It's amazing how Omochao can keep up with the speedrunners sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely. What a guy.
He's fast.
Yeah,
You can't
a bit of a
outrun his
speedrunning
dialogue.
himself.
Absolutely.
So both runners now in Prison Lane. May with a decent start, looking to get that 27 checkpoint.
Yeah.
So
I
yeah,
think
absolutely nothing wrong from either runner here. What were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say that I think that May got a bit sick of Omochao going faster, so took out Omochao really quickly.
Yeah, no. That's always always a bit of a satisfying moment for people, isn't it? The Omochao stigma still lays dormant.
Yeah.
Avi also with the 27 check, so not bleeding any further time at the moment within Prison Lane itself, while May continues to set the benchmark for him.
Wow. Not a bad Prison Lane for the time being.
Yeah, no. May's doing a great job so far, and Avi's not doing much worse within this level. In fact, that's a 53 check for Avi, so let's see how the rest of the stage goes for the two runners. May missing one of the beetles there. I've been missing that one myself a bit lately, so absolutely no shame there.
Yeah, it
What?
happens. It's bad
Ooh,
cam.
almost. Yeah, no, that camera was really unfortunate. Very difficult to work with, but it still looks like a 143, so yeah, very nice. Or 144.
I did it!
Meanwhile, Avi getting the beetle, but not getting the other enemy.
So Avi looking to make up some time here, could be saving up to 4 seconds against May. That would definitely help him a little bit. So let's see. Misses the enemy in the back, losing a little bit of time. Running out with a 141, gaining 3 seconds in Prison Lane there. Alright, May now in Metal Harbor. A very volatile level where a lot of things can go wrong. Very nice underloop there. That was a very difficult angle to work with, from my perspective there. So let's see if she makes a safe road to the upgrade, and then to the checkpoint. Yeah, it goes completely fine with the low 20. Very nice. Let's see what Avi does. Definitely a difficult act to follow on this level of play, but Avi having no trouble getting the loop underloop as well. So both runners. Oh, what are you gonna say?
I just said you love to see it. Pulley skip.
Ooh, pulley skip. Very nice, May. Definitely setting a difficult benchmark there. So yeah, very good stuff here. Both runners
getting boxed.
Yeah. The box is always difficult to avoid. Pulley skip is not a one-part trick.
It is not.
Alright, so May looking to finish out a decently good Metal Harbor. I think she'll be quite pleased with that, as Avi is trying to reduce the time lost as much as possible.
Yeah. But May's just not letting up at all. Oh no!
Oh, very nice, very nice. Oh, Avi going for the run-up. So this is actually something that I did not expect to see, not going for rocket skip. So May is
Avi did
now
go for rocket skip. He just missed it and then just decided, I'm going to wander up.
Oh, okay. Thank you for catching that for me. So yeah, May is leading by about 30 seconds now. So that's a very healthy lead for her.
Yeah.
And there we go.
No
More like
shame in that
28
camera
seconds.
there.
I think you're the fake hedgehog around here.
That
Alright.
camera adjustment is a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now with some downtime. How are you feeling about the race so far? How are you feeling about the runner's chances?
Well, it's still the early game. Anything is possible. Desert still exists, and so does space. And a lot of things can go wrong in both.
Yeah, for sure.
One is very movement heavy, and the other one is difficult skips.
Yeah, definitely. So it's very early days, and really, when you're in a race, you want to be trying to pull out as much of a lead in the early game as you can to
Yeah.
feel more safe going for all this difficult movement, all these difficult tricks.
Yeah.
As we are actually soon to move into the stage, which I, for myself, consider to be the most volatile, and that is Green Forest. Depending on the strats that you go for, this is, in my opinion, the single hardest level in the run. But it's all subjective at the end of the day. So let's see how May does, as Avi is also going to be pulling into Green Forest. Had a really
Can I-
nice Shadow 1, by the way.
Yeah, I was just about to mention that Shadow 1 at 11:34. Not a bad time at all.
Absolutely fantastic. Alright, and
Yeah.
May. Ooh, May going for Air Yeezy. Very nice. Lands it. I really like how Air Yeezy has gone from being this like elite top level strat to yeah, to being something that like the Daredevils in these like mid runner levels started doing as well.
Yeah. Definitely.
So 38 check for May, definitely very takeable considering all that can happen in the level. And Avi now trying to see, or Avi safely going for the Vine there. Absolutely no shame in that. Air Yeezy is very difficult. And May beginning to load up the Green Forest wall run, but a bit too shallow there. That can very well
Unfortunate.
happen. This is such a difficult trick to do right. So let's see how second try goes. Second try, very healthy, nice on the wall. Oh no! Ah, that is unfortunate. Oh no, and the unfortunate light dash as well.
The light dash juke.
So first the tree rejects her, and then she gets that unfortunate light dash that you risk by not buffering that spin dash. Bounce pad, sorry.
Yeah. Even if you do storage into that bounce pad, you may think you might have storaged into it, but you won't know until you actually get the light dash.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Api deciding not to do attempts for Green Forest Ball Run, which will be the safer decision here, and the more fortuitous decision, as he has a good chance to gain some time on May here. May is looking to finish out with that 149, with I think one death to the Green Forest Ball Run attempt, which on average cost like 7 seconds, so effectively a 156, so Avi in one level making up 15 seconds, reducing the gap to a little under 14.
Yeah. It's definitely still a close run, and like you said, how Green Forest is volatile. It's really easy to mess up.
Yeah, for sure, and we've seen swings far bigger than these happen in this level alone, so May definitely got away well there, and she's going to be looking to get back on track and get the flow going again. It's very difficult when you make these big mistakes. You can feel insecure and you can feel like there's a swing of momentum, and momentum is such an important thing to have mentally, and it is what makes racing something that is so alive within speedrunning. Because you could see races in this sort of setting as just two people doing a no reset run, but really it is so much more than that. As we see both.
Absolutely.
Alright, May with a really good set, depending on where this, when you do something bad, this will happen.
Yep.
Oh no!
Usually
Gets
the
unlucky with
Forgotten
that
Hut
one.
gives that one. I think the chances of that is probably
Ooh,
a 60
meanwhile-
to 40.
Meanwhile, Avi is
So-
looking for Sleep with the Dead. A tricky piece since it can be in multiple locations. Let's see what Avi does.
There we are.
There we go. And what the hint says? Three Brothers Tombstone. Ooh! Oh no! Oh dear! Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. So I believe... Yeah, no, this is at the bottom of church. So this was actually a very solid set, but that's the thing. You can get as lucky as you want in this game, but at the end of the day, you need that knowledge, you need that understanding to back it up. And there's so much to know in these stages that it can get really, really tricky. So at this point, May is looking at a 31-second lead, which definitely will help her feel a bit better about the situation as she moves her way to the booster upgrade, which is the only upgrade Tills will get in this run. considering an Eternal Engine skip. And now moving on to the most confounding little trick. And oh no!
This is fire.
So easy to do wrong, weight hop. It really is
Yeah.
just one thing that you're never safe from, because no matter who you are, your hand can just slip up a little bit, or you can press that one button just the tiniest bit too late. Oh, and that's where it gets really tricky as well, because if you do that upgrade abuse, if you miss weight hop, you're gonna miss that extra cycle as well. So May is now looking at a very tight first cycle. Oh, and Avi missing it as well. That's what I'm talking about. Like, it can be so challenging to get this. I still struggle with it occasionally as well. I get on these runs where I land it over and over and over again. But sometimes it's just these moments, you know?
The skip is lenient, but it's not extremely lenient. There's still a bit of precise movement.
Oh,
for the most
May
part.
with the save! Did you see that? That was incredible! Very nice, but that must have been quite a shocker for her.
That had my heart racing. I can't imagine how the runner would feel.
No!
No!
There she goes.
The walk.
It's not the worst case scenario, but it's definitely quite tricky to deal with. Meanwhile, Avi trying to recover his mission streak for a first cycle worth as well. And May, I believe, is looking at what I think to be a third cycle here, which definitely isn't quite fortunate. But considering the fact that Avi is probably looking at a 1.5 cycle, there he goes. Yeah, that should not cost May too much time. At least not as much as it could have cost if Avi had played this stage the way he probably wanted to.
Yeah.
So there we are.
It's so unbelievably easy to get clipped on those boxes.
Oh yeah, tell me about it.
Yeah. Like, your ending could be looking so smooth, and it's just smooth the entire way out like this, but you just get stuck on the crate.
I did it!
Just unfortunate.
Alright. 242 from May. Let's see how Avi is going to respond.
And now we come up to another RNG stage, and this is one that can definitely swing a lot, and that is Aquatic Mine.
And swinging is something we've already been seeing a lot, with May's lead swinging up and down like a pendulum. Let's see how Aquatic Mine is going to affect that. Will it swing back up or will it swing further down? Oh, that's lucky! Already one free piece for her. Very nice. So that's definitely not the most fortunate free piece you can be getting, since it's already a piece 1, but still, definitely nothing against that.
Ooh, what a level 2 height. Going for the free piece checks.
Not finding any there. Not that it's bad to check in that situation.
Yeah, no. But if you get a top piece 1 in Aquatic Mine, I believe that you actually cannot get any of those free pieces in the top room.
Oh, interesting.
The visible ones anyway. I think you can still get near a blue flame, but I'm not 100% sure on that.
Oh, well, Avi getting dented ceiling. Let's see how he responds to this. While May is about to clear out a pretty decent set, but that's definitely a swing in favor of Avi, and now the runners are only separated by 1.5 seconds going into Route 101.
Almost RTA sync.
That is really, really tight.
Oh wow.
And this is a really difficult point, right? Because if you're either one of these runners, you know you've been making a couple slip-ups, you know it's so tight, you know that you want to be going as fast as possible, and the pressure must be on both of these runners. And I know very well just how difficult it is to perform under that level of pressure.
Yeah. And we're into Route 101, where it's a double Route 101.
Yeah.
Well, in this stage, you collect rings, you can follow a certain path, or you can choose not to. Avoid the cars, hit the walls instead of the cars, because that's better.
And one thing that you should be paying attention to is not to pick up too many rings, because if you have a boost and you grab more than 20 or 20 rings or more after you have collected the boost, or a balloon, mid-stage balloon and 10 rings, or a checkpoint balloon and 20 or 0 rings. Checkpoint balloon itself is just a boost. Oh, what was I saying now? You can overflow your boost, which will cost you time. So that's one thing to pay attention to, and that's the only thing I'll always focus on when playing this level, is just counting how many boost points I have and making sure that I have what I want.
That is super interesting, and I did not know that.
Yeah, no, I noticed that during your race, that that's definitely a concept that is lost on some runners, but it's good to understand. So
Yeah.
grabbing too many rings can be a bad thing if you are storing a boost. Meanwhile though, both of these runners looking to be doing a fine job at this Route 101.
Yeah.
Both kind of trying to handle the pressure that comes with being this equal in pace, probably. Because it's so much time where you can kind of have it all set in and realize that this is just really tight.
Yeah, absolutely. Which I think Avi might pull ahead at the end of this.
Yeah, no, that may very well be possible, because Avi is on a pretty clean Route 101 compared to May here. However, we must know that Avi is also in an RTA advantage. But yeah, there is the lead swing, and now the difference between these two runners... Ooh, let's see. They are separated by 16 frames. That is incredibly tight.
Wow. And we're going into the hardest section of the run, I
Now,
would say.
to the second half of the game, where it really is anyone's game. Anything can happen to any runner in this second half of the game. So let's see which one of these two runners handles it best.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, both runners get clean starts here. Let's see what kind of strats that we see the runners go for. May having a nice bit of recovery there. Avi is going for axle jump, and May is following. So just a confident decision from both of them, which is definitely very good. If you don't feel confident on a certain trick, then it's definitely very helpful for yourself to pick out these safer strategies. Because I find that even if you land these harder tricks, they can build up a bit of anxiety. You can think to yourself, oh, I managed to land this. But you can use a lot of energy, like mentally, to go for these strats and land them. So I find that for that alone, I find it worth it in either scenario to go for the simpler strats if you're feeling a bit mentally volatile. While Avi gets a slight lead here in this hidden base. Avi doing a pretty good job at going through all this, but May definitely not doing a much worse job at all.
Yeah.
And Avi dropping the slight bits of movement that May can use to kind of pick up pace. And now we have almost a full RTA sync. This is incredible to see. While May, as I said, this very possible, pulling into the better hidden base so far. And now it's pretty much looking equal. Both runners going for some pass hovers that I consider to be pretty scary, pretty punishing. May having a bit of trouble with the turnaround, but gets back on track pretty well. Oh, Avi going for an interesting strategy there, standing still and jumping to get the 3 lock-ons. That looks pretty nice and consistent. That's a really interesting strategy from him that is worth looking at, worth noting.
Yeah,
A 155 and a 156.
Wow. I also go for that strat that involves just kind of standing stillish and trying to get the lock-ons, because it just makes it a bit more consistent getting those lock-ons. It may lose you a bit of time, but
yeah, no, it looks really nice. I can definitely see why you go for it. And now it is so tight, and these runners are performing at such a similar level at the moment. So let's see who can hold on to that the longest. Because in an environment like this, it's so easy to make mistakes that can cost a lot of time. So let's hope we see these runners continuing to perform the way they want to.
And this is a very, very tricky stage to play fast and optimal.
Oh,
There's so many little times, bits of time that you can lose without even realizing it.
yeah, for sure. It's a really highly optimized stage with so many difficult kinds of movements that there's a lot of different variables and factors to pay attention to. Really
Ooh.
challenging stuff. With Avi getting a slow rail there, I'm not sure. Did you see what happened to Avi there?
I think he fell off. He tried to do the bounce excel on the rail and fell, I believe.
Oh no, that's unfortunate. The side effect of trying to
Yeah.
go for that too quick. And let's see,
Yeah.
May. May now picking up the pieces where Avi's dropping them, and that's exactly what you want to be doing in these kinds of races. And now, so similar these two runners in their approach. And the amount of RTA distance between the two. Both getting a clean snake skip there. Very
Yeah.
nice. If only they could be seeing the similarity of the levels at which they're playing right now. Avi getting another bit of difficulty with the rail there. Oh, May missing that super bounce, going for the safe strat and the backup there. Very nice. And May going for the
Nice.
safety there, and Avi going for the gravity bounce. And my goodness, these runners are performing at such similar levels and still separated by only half a second. Absolutely incredible.
This is
Moving
an insane run.
Yeah, this is a really great race to commentate. I feel very lucky at the moment. So let's
Yeah.
see how things go going into Death Chamber. Death Chamber is another one of those incredibly volatile stages where
Yeah.
things can just go either very right or very wrong. With May getting a green ping, very lucky with the Three Brothers container.
Getting it?
No.
Oh no. Not getting the upgrade. Forgetting about the upgrade for a split second.
Yeah, she remembered quickly though. So red body next. Bit of a tricky one to work with from that position, but it looks like she's gonna do it with the booty clip. Meanwhile, Avi getting I forget what the piece name is. I don't know names of the pieces with the piece.
That one is white dot indicates blue.
Thank you very much. And Avi's now gonna be looking for the death strat, but misses. Bugs on patrol. That must be so agonizing to look at the piece move back and forth as you are forced to just kind of watch that.
Wandering Ghost into red body into Wandering Ghost.
Oh, and both with the merry-go-round on such similar paces. This is insane.
No way!
My goodness. What are the odds of this?
What are the odds?
Wow. 1927 for May. Avi having a bit of trouble finding the piece that he needs to be getting. Finally sees it, and now May has the biggest lead that anyone in this race has had since the exit of Mission Street, actually. My goodness.
That was I merry-go-round twice. Wow. You won't see that often.
Alright, now pulling into two pretty difficult bosses, with Eggolem definitely being the more difficult one, but King Boom Boo under pressure can also be a very challenging ordeal for really any level of play. May getting the pretty comfortable cat boost there, very nice. Let's see if Avi can follow.
Avi going for the bait! Oh no!
So Avi, I believe, getting the bait. Did he get the bait?
He did get the bait, but
So he
not
did get the
cat
bait,
boost.
so that will save him 2 seconds. But May cleaning up here, very nice, very good.
Yeah. Unfortunately not getting the cat boost, however, from Avi.
Yeah, no, so May definitely with the advantage here, but now all Avi has to do is kill King Boom Boo, and it looks like he will. That's very nice. That reduces the potential time loss there. And May getting a first try super bounce, that's very good. Goes for the safety. Oh no! Goes for the profit bounce on the back. Oh, that's a very that's a very scary strategy, as you definitely risk getting the ballerina there. Now rife for the back climb, so definitely nice there. Oh, Avi also getting a good first hit. I believe that was a profit bounce that he did there.
Yeah.
Goes for the profit bouncer hit too, hits it there as well. So Avi definitely having a good shot at making up some time. While May is suffering the ballerina, so that's very difficult. As all those homing attacks go right, with a lot of distance between all of them. So that definitely looked pretty scary as Avi is cleaning up here with, oh, a almost exactly as he wants it kind of egg golem, but a slight bit of trouble on the last hit. And now Avi swings the 5-second lead back into his favor.
Oh my gosh, this run is... this is such a close run. I knew this was going to be a good run, but wow.
Yeah, this is incredible. And now we're getting into those stages that can basically cause the biggest swings in the game. With this first one having probably the biggest death that you can possibly take within this game. Actually together with Final Rush, I think.
Yeah.
So let's see how this goes for both runners. Let's hope that they play as safely as they need to. As May goes for the Quan, doesn't get it. Avi does not go for the Quan and goes straight for the death.
Yeah.
So both runners now looking to get a respawn. Both are clip out. And Avi gets it. Let's see if May follows. Yeah, May gets it as well. So these runners continue to go so close together. Absolutely incredible stuff.
Yeah. This run is... wow.
Finally a chance to drink some water. These runners are not giving me time to kind of take a break and drink, man. My throat is absolutely parched.
Yeah, they're definitely keeping it interesting.
Yeah, for sure. So alright, now both of these runners trying to get a good end to this Eternal Engine, which can be an incredibly stressful moment in the run. Avi goes for the drop and tries to kind of see where to go. May measuring her background references as well. Let's see what Avi does. Avi tries not to go back in bounds, succeeds and hits the goal ring. That's very important for him. Alright, May to follow.
Very fast goal ring.
Very nice for May as well. So now the runners are separated by 10.5 seconds going into the final RNG stage. And this may very well be the final chance that these runners get to establish either increasing the lead or shrinking the lead. So let's see how this goes.
This is probably the RNG stage that can swing the lead the most.
Alright, so let's see what Avi gets. A container within a container.
A good first piece.
Yeah, decent P1 as far as I'm concerned. Next to a rocket pointing at the arc. A little bit better for May. And that's exactly what she needs. Meanwhile, Avi navigating to where he needs to be. Very good. May navigating to where she needs to be.
Gonna take the rocket. No, going for the hint read.
Oh, floating stone above a moon! And the first stage!
Oh, no.
One runner is sent all the way to the top, the other is sent all the way to the bottom.
I'm a bit confused on where the piece is by the looks of it.
Yeah, May looking a little confused there. Oh, surrounded by spinner containers! That is so unlucky! So both of these runners getting absolutely awful sets for their meteor herds. And Avi forcing to look for which moon carries the piece that he needs to maintain the gap that he's built. And then there's also this point where you have to kind of see whether it's buried at the top, the middle, or the bottom. So definitely very tricky for him. And yeah, definitely no good on the sets that these two runners got. Very unfortunate for both of them. And now the lead has shrunk to 8.5 seconds. So anything can happen at any point here. This is not just something that gets decided by Crazy Gadget. This can be decided in Eggman 2, in Final Rush, and Shadow 2 all the same. Maybe even in Rouge. So, a very tricky point for both runners to do the absolute best they can. For May to decrease the gap and for Avi to increase it.
Wow.
So, let's see how the Rouges go.
And... we see the first hit, grabbing the safety ring.
Yeah. Oh! Oh no! May have a bit of trouble there with the first hit, but definitely backing it up properly. Losing a bit of time against Avi there. The lead increases to a little under 12 seconds.
Ooh. Very spicy run.
And now the level that can decide it all.
Crazy Gadget probably the one of the hardest skips since not too long ago. It has become a lot easier, but
Avi having to save! Oh dear! This is gonna cost Avi a lot of time, and that is a lot of precious time that Avi does not want to be losing right now.
ooh, go for the wag strat.
And that just comes to show it's not just the skip in which things can be swayed here, because now Mei is in a 5-second lead coming into the skip. So if she gets this skip first try, she maintains that lead. No matter what Avi does. Alright, Mei leading up to the skip now. Good cam box hover. Will she manage to do what she needs to do to close this out? And she's out! She's out of bounds. Alright, now let's see if Avi can follow. Right. Mei doing exactly what she needs, landing into the goal ring, and Avi going out of bounds as well. So now, this can still be anyone's race. And this is so close, with only 5 seconds of gap going out of Crazy Gadget.
No way.
My goodness. This is such an intense race to be watching so early in the day. But if you are just waking up, then I bet you are feeling pretty awake right now.
Absolutely.
I know I am. Alright, so
wish I could say the same.
going into Eggman 2. Mei going for a just general fight, not going for any specific type of manip. Not that I know of at least. And Mei taking a death! That is so costly! Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Meanwhile, Avi getting a very clean fight, but also having a bit of trouble. Oh, finding himself at risk at the big death as well. Oh, and Avi finally cleans out the fight. And now, the lead has swung back into the other direction by 7.5 seconds.
This is insane. Oh my goodness.
So there is still very much no winner decided yet, because anything can happen in these last 2 splits.
Final rush, here we go.
Alright, so
will we see them go for the fast fall?
perhaps so, perhaps not. But fast fall alone is not something that can sway that lead back into the other direction, as Avi... Oh, Avi very far to the right here. That is looking a bit scary, but let's see if he knows what he's doing here. And Mei beginning to set up. And Mei jumping off exactly when she needs to, feeling a bit high as well. Avi with a clean turnaround though, and now it's all down to whether Avi has the distance that he needs to win.
Yeah.
Mei going for that fast fall. Very quick turnaround from the fast fall as well. Gets a clean turnaround as well. And now it's all in this and Shadow 2. Are both of these runners as high as they need to be?
Well, we're about to find out.
Oh, Avi is as high as he needs to be for sure. Now all that he needs to do is safely navigate around the kill plane, which he does with fair ease. Very good job from him. And now Mei.
Yeah.
Let's see if Mei maintains her fighting chance. And she does, with a very clean bit of distance there. But Avi definitely going into Shadow 2 with a healthy lead.
Yeah. Wow. But
So
anything
Avi
can
still... Avi still has a shot. Oh.
Yeah. Sorry, this last split can cause some of the biggest upsets in the tournament, which we have seen happen in previous tournaments. I'm not sure if it's happened in this tournament, but...
We're about to find out. 13.5 seconds separate these 2 runners, and we have definitely seen bigger time losses than that in Shadow 2. So let's see if Avi can do what he needs to do to win the race. Getting a clean first hit, getting a clean second hit. There's number 3. Very good on 4. Avi takes the race with an incredible performance with the high 26, playing so close to his PB. Just really good from him. And even though Mei... Oh dear! And there's that difference that I was talking about. This too can just be an incredibly confounding fight, but she does what she needs to clean out, what for her is also just a very clean race time. And that is not very far off her PB either. She just happened to catch Avi on a very good day. So what an incredible race from both of these runners.
Wow.
Please give it up for the two people that gave us one of the best races that I have had the pleasure of commentating.
Yeah. Oh, wow. One of the best races in the whole tournament so far.
Alright, let me see if the runners would like to have interviews.
Yeah.
My goodness, what a show.
Wow.
Absolutely incredible from both of them. Alright, we got Avi for the interview. Avi!
Hello.
GG, well played! My goodness, what a
Thank
race
you.
you've done, buddy.
Uh, I'm so unsatisfied with how I played, but the overall time turned out to be pretty good for me.
And May coming in for the interview as well.
Oh, nice.
Oh. Wow.
May, welcome.
Yo, what's up?
Yo.
Well played. Very well played. What an incredible race you two put on.
Nah, I disagree. Fucking played like garbage.
Yeah, I totally agree. Me too.
Like, oh my god. Jesus Christ, I got like Walk of Shame. I died in Eggman 2. The Eggman 2 death is literally the one thing that actually, like, fucked me over.
The
Yeah.
amount of time that separated you two throughout everything coming out of Mission Street was so small.
Yo.
Like, the two of you were less than 2 seconds apart for, I'm pretty sure it was 4 splits straight.
Crazy. That
playing
means we both had the
this is
same amount of
insane.
spaghetti.
Yeah, probably.
Just
Do
different
you like
locations.
pasta? I love pasta.
Yeah, I do love to.
Oh man, that was rough.
There was
Yeah.
actually a few
So-
RTA syncs in that.
I know.
Oh,
I would.
really?
My friend who was in call with me
Yeah.
told me there was a bunch of RTA syncs.
Nice.
It was amazing.
So incredible. Alright, let's start off with the winner of our race. Avi, how are you feeling?
Honestly, I totally didn't expect to win this one, so I'm probably gonna be owned. But I will try.
Yeah, no, but like you did such a great job today that I think you have a good job, good shot for your next match. And
I
there's
hope-
only one way to find out, right?
Yeah, I hope I do, and I hope I will be able to get a bit better until then.
Yeah, no, I believe you have some time to play now. A bit of time to
Yeah.
practice.
A bit more free time, thankfully.
Very good job. Alright,
Thank
May,
you.
how are you feeling?
I feel like number one, I'm tired. I woke up at 7:30 a.m. and after this, I have
Jeez.
to go to work.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's fair. But
Yeah.
yeah, you two gave us such an incredible show. This was such a joy to commentate. So
Well, you're welcome.
Thank you for commentating.
Yeah.
thank you.
Oh.
No worries, of
But-
course.
I guess like my general thoughts on the race was number one, why the fuck did I get Vertex in Green Forest? I hate my life. Come on, man!
Oh yeah.
I was on the wall.
Yeah, Green Forest was really rude to you. I very much identify with that issue.
Ah! What else was there? Obviously, Mission Street was bad. My hidden base was pretty bad. My what was it? Pyramid Cave was mediocre. I got a really good set in Death Chamber. I did
Oh.
okay in the bosses in Desert.
That
Yeah.
that does remind me, you guys both got the same piece 3 in Death Chamber.
Yeah, I was told
Really?
we did.
Nice. I had no idea where is Mary to go, if it is the left side or the right side. I wasted
Yeah,
so
no.
much
Merry-go-round
time.
just goes. Merry-go-round is just moving around in the center and just fucking wait for the ping, TBH.
Oh, I see. Okay, I will remember
A roaming
that.
piece.
Whenever you
Good
run
stuff.
into core from the red hallway, you always find it on your right side.
I see.
But yeah, no, Avi, I saw that while you were death shredding, at some point you died to the flame and you were looking
Oh.
at bugs on patrol while
Man,
you were
that
forced.
was so painful.
Yeah, no, I commented on
You know,
that.
I feel
saw
that.
this
That's happened to
just
me
a
twice
frame
this
later.
tournament.
Really? How?
Uh,
You can see it, you know, okay, this is good, but no!
Yeah, no,
Ow.
exactly. No, I
paid.
very much know that feel as well. I think most runners are familiar with that pain.
If you're not, if you say you're not, then you're lying. Fuck you.
Probably.
God damn it.
My aquarium, not aquarium park. I don't remember the actual stage name. Aquarium, stage with water. I got such an
Aquatic
amazing
Mine.
set. Yeah, this one, Aquatic Mine. Such an amazing set, but I didn't remember where is Ghost Window, so I had to go around and try to guess, and I missed the free piece as well in the cutscene.
Oh
And
yeah.
it's such a good time.
Wait, you got a free piece in the cutscene too?
Yeah, I didn't notice. It was invisible. I don't know. I didn't see it. It was
Yeah,
not
that-
there.
The
I
both
got
of
right
you,
eye.
the both of
Wow.
you got a free piece one. May got right eye, and Avi got free fans, the one that's close to the fan.
Yeah.
So that one can be a pretty tricky one to spot, but it's definitely not as painful when you miss it.
Yeah, I just read the hint, but this could be so good if I knew it.
Yeah, for sure. Like that was a very good set, but it's difficult to play any set to its absolute potential.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just kind of like that. Here, where's? Oh, I love playing this far behind. Oh lord.
All right, so let's see. Avi, you are going on to meet the Superior in Winners Round 2. And meanwhile, May, let's see which match this is,
Refrag.
are going to be
Yeah.
facing Refrag, yeah.
I
in
am not
Losers Round
afraid
2.
of losers. I'm going to go murder losers out of pure rage.
Yeah, sounds good to
Good
me.
luck.
I mean,
I
So
hope we
fucking
meet somewhere.
mad. God
I
damn
hope we
it.
meet somewhere in the middle, May. I hope we meet somewhere in the middle.
I will crush you, dude. Out of pure unbridled rage.
May
I'd
about
like
to
to
go
see
on
you
an
try.
absolute winning spree in the losers bracket.
I'm so mad that I died in Eggman too. God damn it. Ah!
I can
Fuck!
feel the pain so much.
Well, I'll be thinking about this the rest of my day.
Good luck avoiding it.
Well, regardless of how you feel, I think you did a great job today. I know just how difficult it is to put a good race time down while you're just not quite getting in the swing of things, not quite doing things the way you want to do them. And despite that, you avoided some of the biggest mistakes that you can make, some of the biggest time losses that you can suffer in this game. So I think both of you did a fantastic job.
Thank you.
Thanks.
All right, and that moves us on to
A 3-hour break!
a 3-hour break. Yes, get excited.
So
Woo!
fun.
Go get your popcorn, go get a soda or something. I don't know. If you're drinking, go get a fucking, I don't know, get a cider or whatever.
Go real
Because
slow
you've
with
got-
it though, otherwise you'll have run out by the time the next match starts.
Yeah, there's gonna be some pretty cool matches today, so you people should stick around and watch. I'll be watching from work, so
Yeah, no, the next matches that we'll be seeing is Jucifer versus KPL on 1 PM EST. Then Savak versus Prophet with the Dark Story race at 2 PM EST. And then...
that's from DST21, isn't it?
Wait, is that,
Yeah.
isn't that just a Dark Story race?
Yeah,
It
that's
said
Dark Story.
it said on the document that it was a what was it? It was from
It's a
DST21.
match. Yeah, it's a match that didn't end up getting streamed onto Sesa. This happens a few times with races from the Hero Story tournament and Dark Story tournaments where they get re-streamed during another
Gamers.
tournament that's happening in free slots.
Gamers, we're on borrowed time, we're raiding someone. Everyone say their
Oh, okay.
goodbyes real quick.
Yeah,
Bye.
Goodbye
Bye.
everyone, thank you for watching.
Don't throw an Eggman too. It's not good for your health.
good luck.
Cat boo.
Capu.